So I used to come here as a child when it was called Welfare Island. There were no ferries or trains. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, MBC Lifestyles Diary. My name is Marie, I live in New York, and I love doing a ton of things. And today I'm taking you to Roosevelt Island. I think this is my favorite island. So I will be walking down Main Street and showing you the historical buildings on this island. This island was originally called Blackwell Island because it was owned by the Blackwell family. They farmed and they raised pigs on this island. The Blackwell House is located up on a hill with views looking at Manhattan shoreline and a view on the other side looking at the Queens shoreline. This house was built in 1796 and the family lived there and took care of the land. And you can go view this house for free from Wednesday to Sunday, 11 to 5 p.m. The other famous thing about this house is when the city decided to buy the island to put in the various institutions that they felt the population needed, the deal was signed on the porch in 1828, and they purchased it for $32,000. In today's dollars, that's about $200 million. So I think the Blackwells did pretty well. The house was refurbished in October of 2020, and it's on the National Landmark Registry of the United States. Across the street, we're going to be looking at the Good Shepard or Chapel of the Good Shepard, an Episcopalian church. The architect was Frederick Clark Withers. It was built in 1888 and restoration was completed in 2003. That is also on the National Landmark, and this church is also used by other groups on this island. We're going to continue heading north towards the lighthouse, and we see whimsical features in the water, and we see a stern of a boat, and they were looking at part of the Oculus. So I used to come here as a child when it was called Welfare Island. There were no ferries or trams to get here, so it was a little oasis for those of us that lived in Astoria. And I have a lot of happy childhood memories here. We have picnics. The lighthouse was our spot. We had the whole island to ourselves. And as a child, it felt magical because all those historic buildings that I've shown you, I didn't know what they were. They just looked like crumbling castles. And it was overgrown with trees and bushes. But to a child's imagination, it was nice. It was a secret garden. Now we're heading to the northern tip of the island to see the lighthouse. This area has grills and wonderful areas to picnic. The lighthouse was built by the city of New York in 1872, and the architect was James Renwick. Also at this site, there's a beautiful installation by the sculptor Amanda Matthews. It's called Girl Puzzle, and it's referring to an article written by Nellie Bly in which she answered a misogynistic reporter who said women's place is just cooking, cleaning, and bearing children. It's also placed here because it faces the Oculus, which was the insane asylum, and ironically is now a luxury building. And Nellie Bly went in and did undercover work, pretended to be mad so that she could expose what was going on in that asylum, which was abuse and violence towards the patients. This was called stunt reporting. But it got her a job, a regular job on the Pittsburgh Dispatch, where she reported on social causes. Nellie Bly was her pseudonym or her pen name. Her actual name was Elizabeth Cochran Seaman, and she led quite an interesting life. She also tried to do Around the World in 72 days because of that popular novel that was out. So I'm strolling away from the site. I think Roosevelt Island is worth the day trip. It's a nice little island that you can walk, plan a picnic, and enjoy the sights and enjoy the outdoors. And if you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe.